that, I'd like to introduce our housing and dining representatives. UC San Diego's housing and dining program is extensive, and we're excited to have wonderful campus partners here today to share more with you. And again, with that, I'd like to invite Pachia Vu on the screen, who will actually conduct the presentation. Pachia?
Thank you, Timothy. Hello, everyone. We are very excited to be here with you today. Just like Tim said, we are Housing, Dining, Hospitality, or HDH for short, and we are here to tell you all about living and eating on campus. My name is Pachia Vu, and I am the undergraduate housing manager for Housing Administrative Services, which is a division within HDH. My team specifically manages the business aspect of living on campus. So we manage the housing application, the housing contract. We also take care of the housing bill. We are also oftentimes the team that you'll be interacting with at outreach events just like this. And then just a little bit about me. I am also an alumni of UC San Diego, class of 2007 from Thurgood Marshall College. So I'll now go ahead and pass it on to my other presenters so that they can go ahead and introduce themselves.
Thank you, Pachia. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Valencia. I am the manager for Triton Card Account Services, and our office manages the dining plans. So that's the dining dollars and the Triton Cash account for all the students, staff, and faculty.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pam. I'm the engagement manager for dining services. Our department is responsible for community outreach, special events, marketing, social media, just a little bit of everything. If you have any questions about dining, we would be the team you would reach out to. I am here today with one of my wonderful student dining ambassadors, Angie. She'll be in the background answering questions about dining if you have any. Thank you.
Okay, and then just like Pam said, we've also got some other housing experts on the back end with us, Lisa and Melissa, who will be behind the scenes ready to answer all your questions. So like Tim said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us via the Q&A feature at the bottom of the screen. So let's get started by talking about why you should live on campus. And I ask that because at UC San Diego, living on campus is not a requirement, it's a choice. And so although you're not required to live on campus, we really do hope that you choose to live with us. Not only for the obvious conveniences of being close to everything and having all of the resources at your fingertips, but because of all the other benefits like living, learning, and socializing with other students just like you. Living on campus is really the best way to stay connected with the campus and to be involved with everything that is going on, and then to build those lifelong friendships. So before we get into some of the details, we felt it was important to share some of our current COVID-19 safety precautions because the safety of our students, our staff, and faculty are very important to us. And we say current because, as you all know, the situation continues to evolve. So as CDC, state, and local health regulations change, these may change as well. So our housing and dining facilities have remained open and operational this entire time for all of our students who needed it. We added enhanced precautionary measures to help protect all of our students, our faculty, and our staff. So on the housing side, currently all of our residents must conduct daily symptom and exposure screenings. Our non-vaccinated students must participate in weekly asymptomatic testing. Our symptomatic testing is still available for all of our students, faculty, and staff. Our residents are required to wear facial coverings outside of their apartments and suites. In our common spaces, we still have the physical distancing aids, and building access is restricted to our residents only. We do have isolation and quarantine housing available for all of our students who need it. Now, on our dining side, our Dining Helps team has provided meal service for all of our students that were in isolation or quarantine housing due to exposure of the virus. All of our staff must complete daily symptom and exposure screenings. and our non-vaccinated staff are required to participate in asymptomatic testing weekly. Now, as mentioned, the situation continues to evolve, so the best place to see the most updated information is by visiting our HTH COVID-19 FAQ. The link is located here on this page, as well as our Return to Learn web, which is returntolearn.ucsd.edu. So what comes with this housing package? Because it really is more than just a room on campus where you sleep. You get a flexible dining plan, which Pam is going to go into in a little bit. We also have 24-hour security. Our campus has a police department right here on campus that just services the campus. We also have RSOs that work from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And what they do is they walk the grounds to help keep our students safe. Your housing comes with utilities, electricity, gas, and trash, so you don't have to worry about setting those up. We also provide streaming cable TV through Spectrum U and wireless internet. Our housing does come with housekeeping, so our custodial staff will visit your home weekly to make sure that the common areas are clean. So they'll clean the kitchens, the the bathrooms. The only place that they won't clean are the individual bedrooms. So unfortunately, students, you still have to clean your own rooms. You will have access to the laundry facilities in all of our communities. You will be close to our recreation and workout facilities, so you can use them as often or as little as you would like. You will be close to your classes and of course the beach. The next thing is community events. We are hoping that with this upcoming year, we're going to be able to have some in-person community events, but depending on the situation, we will still have virtual events. So you'll still have events. And then of course, you're going to have full-time residential life staff that live on site. So let's talk a little bit more about that Residence Life program, because one of the great things about living on campus is having professional staff and student staff that are part of a Res Life team that live on site and oversee all of the residential neighborhoods. They are responsible for keys. They help work through conflict resolution that you may have with a roommate or maybe a neighbor. They also take care of student conduct, and they help our students with finding the right resources for whatever they may need on campus. So our Res Life team works really hard to create and foster a positive community for all of our students that live on campus through a variety of different ways. One of those ways is through educational, social, and cultural programming. They plan and organize a variety of activities and events that help our residents learn new things, network with each other, and build these long-lasting relationships. The next thing they do is they work really hard to ensure our students' safety, security, and well-being. This is something that we take very seriously on campus, and we make it a priority to address any issues that may challenge any one of these things. So this includes making sure that all of our residents adhere to community guidelines so that everyone has an equal opportunity to achieve academic success. So students are going to be living in a high quality living environment. They'll have staff, resources, and amenities available to them every day, not only to support them, but to challenge them so that they can continue to grow as students and really as people in general. So they work to cultivate a culture of caring amongst our residents. And finally, within some of the housing areas, they host specialized interest-themed housing and living learning communities. So on this screen here are our 2021-2022 housing and dining rates. You're going to notice that we have two tables, and that's because on our campus, we have two different facility types. We have residence halls and apartments. Our residence halls are kind of like dorms, where you have a common living area. There are no kitchens in our residence halls. You have a shared bathroom and bedrooms. Now, our apartments are just like apartments off campus. You will have a living room, kitchen, shared bathroom, and bedrooms. And then within each of these facility types, we have two different room types, a single room or a double room. Single means one person in a bedroom, and double means two people in a bedroom. Finally, we have two different dining plan options, and those are listed right here on this page. So when you are calculating what your housing and dining cost is going to be, these are the different factors that are going to be involved: your facility type, your room type, and the dining plan you select. Okay, so when that time comes and you are interested in living on campus, here's what you're going to need to do. The very first thing is you need to pick us. You need to pick UC San Diego as your college and accept your offer of admissions. After you accept your offer of admissions, then you can apply for housing via the housing portal. We are also one of the items on your Triton checklist, so that it reminds you to apply for housing if you're interested in living on campus. After you go through the housing application process, you will go through what's called the housing contract process. And that is usually available in the summer. That includes signing a housing contract for the academic year. You're also going to submit a housing prepayment, and then you're going to pick your dining plan. After that piece happens, later on in the summer, we'll reach out to you and we'll ask if you have any roommate requests. Maybe you met somebody at orientation, or maybe you know somebody from your high school that you want to room with. Then we will give you an opportunity so that the both of you can request each other. You'll also be asked if you have a room type preference, whether you prefer a single or a double room. Then you'll find out your room assignments in late August. And then finally, your first campus bill will happen in early September. Okay, so wanted to make sure that all of our students are aware. We do have housing available for our students that have a spouse, a partner, and or children. So if you are a student that has a spouse, partner, and children, we house you in our family housing communities. I've listed the communities here on this page. So if you are interested, then when you apply for housing, there is a question that will ask you if you are in need of family housing. And so you want to make sure that you indicate yes. And if you indicate yes, then our team will reach out to you and provide you with instructions on what you need to do next. We do want to point out that we do require documentation to show proof of the spouse, partner, or children. But we'll email you all of this information and help you all along the way. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to my colleague Pam so she can tell you all about our dining program.
Hi, everyone. So I am here to tell you a little bit more about our dining plan. Our dining plan is called Dining Dollars. It depends on which plan you choose. If you choose the $53.49 or the $37.49, that is dollars that would be added into your account at move-in. So you have that full balance to use throughout the year. So you have to balance that throughout the year and work on it, but you can always add more if you need to. It works a lot like a debit card. You go in and you purchase what you want and you pay for what you want. If you go into the market and you just want a coffee and an apple, you're paying for a coffee and an apple. There's no swipes or missed meal fields, and it's a flexible spending account. Let me go to the next slide, please. And it's more than just a dining plan. Along with your dining plan, you receive access to a registered dietitian. We actually have multiple on staff right now. We have convenient locations. We are located in the residential areas. So you can roll out of bed and run over and get a cup of coffee or grab some breakfast. We're right there. We have an allergen program that I'll talk about a little bit more. We also have a special events program. We're always having food themed events, National Food Days. We do a lot of promotions and giveaways and lots of fun stuff going on over at dining. We have the promotions and contests. We partner with Coca-Cola a lot to give out samples and raffle prizes, and any of our other vendors also join in. We have cooking demonstrations. We have a demo kitchen at our location at 64 degrees, and our chefs will pop in and give a little tutorial on how to make pizza dough or how to roll sushi or anything like that. We advertise them, and you can stop by and try, learn how to make some new food and try out some of the food. We also, when we have new menus and recipes that we're working on, we'll do tastings out of the demo kitchen, and we'll invite students to come by and try the new food and get your feedback. We have our own mobile ordering platform that I'll talk to about later. And we also have ACF certified chefs. That's the American Culinary Federation. So each of our restaurants has a ACF certified chef running that location. We have many, many on campus. They constantly have to upgrade and renew their credentials and study their craft. Next slide, please. Currently, we have 11 dining locations on campus. We have a wide and diverse range of food on campus so that we can serve the population best we can. We have a GLOT certified kosher restaurant at Marshall College in Ocean View. It's called Spice. For this year, we've got a whole new Mediterranean menu. The food's just going to be amazing. I hope you stop by and try that if you're on campus. We also have a halal certified restaurant over at Warren College. This is the largest halal certified restaurant in the country at a university. It's called Canyon Vista Marketplace, and it's a really wonderful place to go eat. We also have a completely vegan restaurant on campus called Roots, but we also have vegetarian and vegan offerings at all of our locations. We have 2 full service locations. If you want to sit down, slow down a little bit, maybe have a date night or anything like that, we have full service. The server will come up and take your order. It's a nice way to kind of unwind a little bit and try out some new food. We also have a full service catering department. We have our dining delivers department, which is more of a drop-off delivery, more like platters of deli sandwiches and stuff, not the full-on catering that you get from our catering department. And we also have a line on campus called Market Kitchen, which we create on site, and it is our sandwiches, salads, parfaits, bulk snacks that you would see at our markets. Next slide, please. Our markets are definitely our most popular locations. We also have 6 of them on campus right now. We have the snacks and grab and go options, like I mentioned, with Market Kitchen. That also includes sushi, which is very popular. We have groceries, fresh produce, proteins. Most of them markets are coffee and espresso bars as well. We have health and beauty items, household supplies, and they're also a really great resource if you're looking for vegetarian, vegan, kosher, halal, fair trade, or organic options. If you have an allergen and you're looking for gluten-free options, the markets are a great location to check out. And they're open late night. So like I said, the markets are probably our most popular locations. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves to work at them. So hopefully you'll be stopping by and checking out some of the markets. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, we have multiple dietitians on staff right now here. This is our wellness dietitian, Miriam. And Miriam runs our allergen program. So if you are a student on campus that is living with an allergen or any other kind of medically necessitated diet, you would first sign up with the Office for Students with Disabilities. And once that is completed, then they would send you to meet with our certified executive chef and our registered dietitian. And they will come up with a meal plan for you and go over what you can and do and kind of talk you through how it'll work. We have 4 locations on campus that serve a top 8 allergen menu, which is a menu that is free of all top 8 allergens and gluten. You order off a menu from these. There's different options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can, a lot of times we'll have students that text the chefs, I'm leaving class, I'm on my way, and I'd like the gluten-free pasta for dinner. Our chefs get to know the students very well. We work with them. We're thrilled when they graduate, and we've made it through 4 years with their allergen and had no problems. So we're always here to help. Our dietitians can also host nutrition workshops. They can do one-on-one consultations, which are free and confidential. If you have some needs that you would like to discuss, Miriam is always there to listen. They do dietetic accommodations. They can assist with sourcing food at our dining locations and nutrition plans. They also work on analyzing every recipe that we have at any of our locations. We are currently reviewing 700 new recipes for fall quarter. We're very excited, have lots of great new food coming out. and they go through each. They make sure each of our recipes has allergen icons that will correspond with the menu. So you can see that. You can go onto our website and get nutrition information and allergen information. And we also have allergen icons on all of our menus at each of our location. So when you walk in, you can see right there when you order exactly what is in your food and what is not in your food. And you can also go to our app if you're looking for calorie information or other nutritional. So we want to make sure this is all very easy access for students. We want you to worry about studying, not worrying about what you're eating. And we're just there to help. Next slide, please. We also have our own mobile ordering app that started last year. It's called Triton to Go. One of the best things about the Triton to Go app is that it will alert you when your order is ready. So you place your order, it'll tell you, give you a time on how long it'll take. Usually it's like 12 minutes, 6 minutes to 12 minutes. And we text you when your order is ready. So you could just come on in, pick up your food and get ready to go. You earn points every time you use the app. There's different challenges, like invite a friend, open an email, or there'll be certain products that might be on special. Like we have a Triton Tide game night menu. And so if you purchase any of the Triton Tide menus on Friday or Saturday night during a game, you get extra points. And with the points, you can enter contests to win prizes. We almost always have a bike every quarter that we raffle off. We usually have Apple earbuds. We have tons of different prizes. We also have prizes that'll go along with the themes of our special events. So we had some great ones for May the 4th Be With You, lots of Star Wars prizes on the loyalty program that were very popular. So right now, about 95% of the dining orders are coming in through the app. So it's very well used. We relied on it heavily during COVID because all of our food was to go. So right now we do have dine in and we're hoping it stays that way. But for if we don't, we will switch over to all to go and we're ready to go. We also have a reusable container program called Triton to Go. And this also launched this year. Since the start of our program on November 18th, we have diverted 280,000 single-use containers from the landfill. We are so proud of this, and we are so looking forward to getting even bigger numbers this year when we have a full campus. We're hoping to reach 1 million by Earth Day 2022. Our campus has a goal of zero waste, and we're doing everything we can to make sure we can help meet that goal. All to-go orders are in reusable containers. You can pick it on the app. If you're dining in, you could ask for it on a China plate. If it's to go, you can put it in one of our containers. And then we have return machines at each of the locations. There's a deposit on each of our containers. It's a $5 deposit, but as soon as you return the container, the $5 is back on your account. We want this to be a zero cost program for all students. The $5 deposit is just an incentive to make sure we get our containers back. So next slide, please. We are also the largest employer of students on campus, and we are hiring for fall. We're always hiring, but right now we're doing a big push of hiring for our fall quarter. We offer flexible schedules. We offer competitive wages. One of the most popular things about working in dining is that you get a free meal with every shift you work. You learn how to cook. You make a lot of friends. It's a lot of fun. Any of the skills that are gained while working with us are part of the co-curricular record and will actually show up on your transcript. So if you're looking for a fun, convenient job on campus, it's the place to go. We schedule around your classes. You turn in your class schedule at the beginning of the quarter, and we do a schedule around that. Students, you'll see them come in, they drop their backpack in the locker room, go work a 3-hour shift, and then they're back out the door with their free meal and off to their classes. So nobody understands how hectic the students' schedules are better than us. So we're there to make sure we can accommodate and get you working and get you out there. And that is all for me. I think I'm going to hand it over to Alex over at Triton Cards. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Alex Valencia. I'm the manager for Triton Card Account Services, and I'm just going to go over a little bit what we do. Next slide, please. So what are we? We manage, like I mentioned before, Triton Cash account and the dining dollars. So I'll go over a little bit what each account is. The Triton Cash account, it's the prepaid account that's linked directly to the ID card. So this account, any student, faculty, staff can have this account. It's a convenient way to pay on campus and actually on and off campus with your ID card. So you don't have to be carrying separate debit cards or cash or whatever. It would be just your ID card. The account is accepted at all laundry facilities on campus. And for those of you who had questions about laundry fees, there is a fee for every time you do laundry. It's $1.25 per wash and $1 per dry. And then for drying, if you want to add an additional 15 minutes, it'll be a quarter extra for each 15 minutes. And it does accept Triton Cash only. So you are required to have this account. The account is also accepted, as I mentioned earlier, on and off campus. This includes the Price Center. So there's Starbucks, Panda Express, Burger King, Santorini Grill. We also have BJ's restaurants off campus, Whole Foods, The Melt. I mean, we have several locations. If you visit our website, you'll be able to see our locations that are currently open right now. And then if you do have a housing contract, this Triton Cash account is automatically activated for you upon arrival, so you don't have to do anything. If you don't live on campus, you can always activate the account whenever you want. So we do have that activation form online. And then for dining dollars, as Pam mentioned earlier, it's also activated upon for your arrival if you have a housing contract. It is also linked with your ID, so both your dining dollars and Triton Cash are both in your ID card. For the dining plan, you do get that full dollar amount that you select. So as Pam was explaining earlier, you do get that full amount. So you get initially your full plan. If it's that $1,874, you get $1,874 at the beginning of the academic year, and that way you can manage throughout the quarters. And then the dining dollars are accepted at all the dining facilities that Pam mentioned. That includes restaurants and the markets. And then the dining dollars are part of the housing contract, so those funds are non-refundable. Next slide, please. And the Transact e-accounts portal, this is our online system. This is where students can log in and view your account balances. You'll be able to see both accounts, your Triton Cash account and your dining plan. You can add money at your convenience. There is a minimum deposit of $5 and the maximum is $1,000. Like I said, you view your balances, your transaction histories. You can also make a guest deposit. So if your parent wants to make a deposit for you, they don't need to have your login info. All they need is your student ID, which is your PID. And you do have to replace the letter A with a number 9 to have access to that. And then lastly, you can activate or deactivate your ID card in case you happen to lose that. You can freeze all your accounts, so if somebody finds it, they won't be able to use them. And then you can activate it again if you happen to find it. And then we do have a mobile app. If you search for Transact e-accounts, you'll see this icon right here that's red with the 2 arrows. That is the app that you can use to log in. You do have to have UCSD credentials for this login. So it's your single sign-on or your Active Directory. And I believe that is it for me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We know that we went through a lot of information really fast. So we wanted to provide you with our contact information just in case you think of something later on or you have a question later on and want to reach out to us. Here's our contact information and please don't hesitate to reach out. We do still have some time here. So if you have a question, please feel free to input it using the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen. I am going to go ahead and ask all of my panelists to turn on their cameras. And what we can do is we can go through and talk about some of the questions that we were asked quite a bit and answer some of them live for you. Okay. So before I stop the screen sharing, I'm going to give all of our attendees a moment if you want to screenshot this page so that you have all of our contact information. Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and stop sharing so that you can see all of our panelists. Okay. Perfect. So let me go ahead and go through some of the questions that we have here. I think this is a great one that I'm going to go ahead and direct to Pam. Pam, so what is the process for applying to work in one of our dining facilities?
If you wanted to work with us, you would just go to our website at hth.ucsd.edu and go to the student employment page, and there's a link right there. We also usually have recs open on Handshake. You could also email dsjobscontact@ucsd.edu and email them directly. And then if all else fails, you could always email diningengagement@ucsd.edu, which is me and Angie and the rest of our team, and we answer any questions that you might have about dining. So hopefully you apply. Please reach out.
And then this one I can direct either at Pam or Angie. Do you have accommodations for those with severe allergies? Or maybe we can talk a little bit about how students can identify themselves if they have severe allergies.
Actually, I saw that in the poll, and I was hoping that we'd bring this up. So if you have a severe allergy and you are eating with us, you would go through the Office of Students with Disabilities and meet with our dietitian, but your meals would be created in an allergen safe zone at the restaurants that are part of the allergen program. We do that so that we can make sure there's no cross-contamination. The allergen safe zone has different equipment, different procedures, all this purple equipment and everything is a special area. And all the chefs are trained in on how to use it so that we know that the food is not going to be, there isn't going to be any cross-contamination. The chefs wrap your food and take it out to you and go over your meal with you. So you would look at it and they would say, this is what I prepared. We would double check. If you are a student who does not have a severe allergy and you wanted to kind of work it yourself and go through, like I said, we have the allergen icons at all of our locations. So you can go up and you can look through the menu and you could see. Now, we cannot promise that there wouldn't be any cross-contamination. We do our best changing gloves or doing anything like that. We do have signage at the beginning of every line that if you have an allergy, please let us know before you order so that we can make sure. Let's say like at one of our restaurants, we have this huge Mongolian grill that we cook on. So if you walk up and say you're vegetarian, vegan, or you have an allergy and you say, identify yourself, we're going to cook your food in a pan on the side. It's never going to hit that grill where everybody else's food is. We just want to make sure. So please speak up, tell everybody as you're coming through, and we will do our very best to make sure that your food is as safe as can be.
Okay, thank you, Pam. So the next question we got was how many people are in the dorms and apartments? How many people are per floor, and is it co-ed? So let me start by talking about how many people are in the dorms and the apartments. That's kind of a tough question to answer, and the reason why is because we have a variety of layouts on campus that range anywhere from having spaces that have maybe 4 or 5 people all the way up to spaces that may have 10 to 12 people. So it really just varies depending on your area. When we get to that point where you've done your contract and we're getting ready to go into assignments, then we encourage you to reach out to us at that point, because then we can focus on your particular college and tell you more about what layouts and spaces are available at your particular college. Now, we do have spaces that are gender inclusive. That's something that our students can opt into. So if that's something that you're interested in, then after you do your housing contract, we do have the option for you to opt into gender inclusive housing. So where you will be housed in areas where those spaces are not gendered. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we've received a lot of questions regarding is housing guaranteed for our first year students. So the way UC San Diego does housing is we house based on a priority hierarchy. And our priority hierarchy is available at our website. It's hdh.ucsd.edu. But our students that are our incoming students, our incoming first year or incoming transfer students do have pretty high priority on that list. So as long as you meet all of our deadlines, as long as you complete the housing application by the deadline, as long as you do the housing contract by the deadline, then you will have secured your space on campus for the academic year. And then when it comes time for you to apply for the upcoming year, we will reach out to you with more information and let you know what those deadlines are as well. So just pay attention to those deadlines and make sure you complete everything by your deadline. And like I said, as long as you complete the housing application and contract by the deadlines assigned to you, then you will have secured a space on campus for the academic year. Oh, I think this is a fun one that I want to ask Andy. Andy, so a student asked, where do students tend to hang out on and off campus?
That's so
You
funny.
want
I
to
was
share
thinking
some
of
of the
just
places?
answering that. Yeah. So I think it very much definitely depends on kind of like what groups you're interested in once you come to campus, because we do have a lot of different clubs and organizations. And depending on those organizations, you guys do tend to, you know, orient on certain parts of the campus. But overall, everybody usually hangs out at Geisel Library or just around Price Center. And then also for first and second years, it's really popular to just hang out across like the entire campus because of the dorm rooms, and you make friends with people who just live in different colleges. And so you really get to experience the entire college when you go to visit all of your friends. And then also you're able to attend all of the campus events that go on. So really it's just a question of kind of like where your group tends to be pulled to in certain locations across campus.
Perfect. Thank you, Andy. Okay, so we've gotten this question a couple of times, and so let's talk about it a little bit more. Does each college have their own housing area, and where are incoming transfer students housed? So yes, each of our colleges do have their own housing facilities. So traditionally, our incoming first year student housing assignments begin in their college of registration, and then if needed, overflow into other housing areas. Our incoming transfer students are housed over at 7th College. We are going to continue to be housed over at 7th College, at least until we build our new transfer housing community. But that's where our students are currently housed at this point. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look. Okay, we were just asked if you are a first year student, are you going to be housed with other first year students? Yes, traditionally that is the case. We try to house all of our first year students together, and then just like our first year students, we tend to try to house all of our first year transfer students together as well. Okay, and then we were asked, are first year students housed among all the 7 colleges or just in one college? So our first year students are traditionally, we try to do the assignments in their college of registration. So if you're a Revelle student and you are an incoming first year, we start their housing assignments in Revelle College for all of our Revelle students. And if there isn't enough space in your college, then we may overflow a small population into a neighboring college. But all the first year assignments do start in your college of registration. located. And then we were asked, can I have a TV in my dorm room? Yes, you can definitely bring a TV and put it in your dorm room. What we do recommend is that once you find out who your roommates are, please reach out and talk to them and find out who's bringing what. If you are sharing a bedroom with another person and you're bringing the TV, then have that conversation with each other so that you don't both show up on move-in day and both have TVs. Or we've had situations where students have shown up and there are 4 microwaves. So definitely have conversations with each other. So maybe if you're bringing the microwave, then someone else can bring a toaster, or if you're bringing the TV, then someone else can bring the DVD player. You will find out your roommate's email at the end of August, usually when you find out your assignment. So definitely use that opportunity to communicate with each other and find out who's bringing what. And then we were just asked, when do I find out who my roommate is? You find that out when you find out your room assignment, and all of our students find out their room assignment at the end of August. Okay, and I think, are we at time here? I think so. Well, we wanted to thank everybody so much for attending our session. I think we got to pretty much all of the questions, which is great. If you think of anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And so thank you, and I will pass it right back to Tim.
Thank you, Pachia and Alex and Pam and Angie and the entire HDH team for sharing such great information about housing and dining at UC San Diego.